Alcohol abuse is one of the biggest problems faced on a college campus, and Texas Tech is no exception. Coming up, find out how several groups are working to change statistics.
There's been a lot of changes in the GLBTQ community since the legalization of gay marriage early this year, but the fight for equality is still far from over. Find out how one group is trying to make a difference next.
And the KTXT radio staff headed north to showcase the station to a national audience. We'll have all the details.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Becca Chance.
And I'm Carley Banks. College life is filled with lots of fun experiences, and some of those include alcohol. Having a drink or two is not a problem, but for a lot of students, a few drinks aren't enough.
Alcohol abuse has become a huge problem around the country, and that includes Texas Tech. But last week, several groups around the campus hoped to bring awareness to the issues. Reporter Laura Duclos had the sights and sounds of National Collegiate Alcohol Awareness Week.
Today we're just doing some alcohol and drug awareness for the students. We're doing a lot of hands-on activities to simulate the Drive High, Get a DWI campaign, as well as the impaired goggles that are simulating alcohol and the marijuana goggles that are simulating what it might be like to drive high. This is a brand new campaign, the Drive High, Get a DWI, and 60% of all blood tests in Texas have marijuana combined with alcohol. So a lot of people are telling us that marijuana is a natural substance and that they should still be able to drive, but we want to show the effects of marijuana on driving and how the depth perception is off, the short-term memory loss is there. Red lights seem to be very difficult to see, and so that would affect them with brake lights, stop lights, police cars, ambulance, and other emergency vehicles. We're finding that a lot of people are not just doing alcohol, but they're combining it with other drugs. So the impaired driving is really on the rise in Texas. So we want to give students the message that nobody wins when they drink and drive. And even if you are high on marijuana or other prescription drugs, you can get a DWI. So by using the goggles, we give them that hands-on experience so that they might know what it would be like and they can let their friends know too.
Although Alcohol Awareness Week has ended, you can always find more information and help by visiting the Student Counseling Center. The walk-in clinic is available from 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., Monday through Friday in room 201 on the second floor of the Student Wellness Center. You can also schedule an appointment by calling 742-3674.
The GLBTQ community has experienced some major changes this last year, especially with the Supreme Court's decision on gay marriage. But one group says the battle for acceptance and equality is far from over. Texas Tech's Gay Straight Alliance held several events last week to celebrate the GLBTQ and Allies Awareness Month. One of the activities was a no-hate photo shoot held in the sub last Monday. Students could put on a temporary tattoo and then step in front of the camera to create a photo for the No Hate campaign website.
This No Hate campaign was the 8 No Hate was started as a pushback for marriage equality. And after they won the 2013 Supreme Court case, they went nationwide to advocate for marriage equality and for LGBT rights in promoting marriage and family values, especially in the LGBT community.
The No Hate campaign was started in 2008 after California passed Proposition 8, which created an amendment in the state constitution that banned gay marriage. Since that time, the campaign has expanded to fight discrimination and bullying of all kinds. For more information, you can visit the No Hate campaign website, nohatecampaign.com.
KTXT Radio is known here in the Lubbock community as a great way to listen to new music and give students a chance to be heard. But last week, KTXT took the show on the road to spread the word to a national audience. Staff members from KTXT FM traveled to the annual College Broadcasters Inc. conference in Minneapolis last Wednesday. The group attended various sessions to learn about college radio and other media. Then on Friday, 3 members of the station presented a session about their success with College Radio Day. The session, entitled College Radio Day, the Lotion for Station Promotion, showcased the different concepts and activities KTXT used to celebrate College Radio Day here at Tech. Operations Director Ralph Barrera, Promotions Director Ann Capusta, and General Manager Derek Ginter presented to a group of students and advisors from radio stations around the country. Topping things off, KTXT also won Best Station Imaging in the annual Student Production Awards. held in conjunction with the conference. Congratulations, KTXT.
The Lubbock area is really starting to feel like fall with the mild weather during the day and the cooler temperatures at night. In fact, this morning we saw a low of 37 degrees, our coolest autumn temperature so far.
Yeah, Becca, I saw a lot of students this morning wearing heavy coats to class. But it looks like it might be a while before we see that low of a temperature again. Let's take a look at the MCTV 3-day forecast. Today has been pretty nice with scattered clouds and highs in the low 70s. But tomorrow should be a little warmer with lots of sun and a high near 80. Wednesday and Thursday, the temperatures fall back into the high 60s and low 70s again, but luckily, overnight temperatures shouldn't go too much below the 50s. Looking a little ahead, we should see some rain later in the week.
Over the weekend, the Texas Tech Red Raiders took on the Oklahoma Sooners in Norman. There were high hopes that a weak performance at Kansas the previous Saturday might lead to a successful outing for Tech. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Oklahoma started strong and stayed that way throughout the entire game. The Red Raiders had no answer for the Sooners' rushing game, with Oklahoma racking up over 400 yards on the ground. Patrick Mahomes also had his worst outing of the year, throwing for only 233 yards and 4 interceptions. Final score, Oklahoma 63, Tech 27. It might not get much easier for the Red Raiders this weekend as the 12th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys come to town. Kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m. at Jones AT&T Stadium. If you're headed to the game, this week has been declared a blackout week. And if you can't make it, the game will be televised on ESPN.
It's Halloween week here on campus, and with that in mind, here's a spooky look at today's MCTV events calendar. The Tech Activities Board is hosting several fun and frightening events to celebrate the season. First up is the Decorate Your Own Pumpkin event, taking place tomorrow afternoon in the Sub North Plaza. Show up between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. and you can pick out a pumpkin and use provided supplies to create a creepy craft. It's all free with a Tech ID.
On Wednesday night, you have a chance to take part in one of the biggest Halloween events here on the Tech campus. Tech or Treat takes place across campus and gives children a chance to get into the Halloween spirit a little early. Starting at the Sub, families can stop by and take part in the free Children's Carnival starting at 5:30 p.m. Then, from 6 to 8 p.m., trick-or-treaters can participate in the Residence Hall Association's Safe Treat. The annual tradition gives children a safe and fun option to beg for candy throughout the campus resident halls. For more information on all the festivities, visit www.sub.ttu.edu and click on Tech or Treat.
And rounding out the week, you can head back to the Sub for a freakishly fun and free movie marathon. TAB will be screening Halloween Part 1, 2, and 3 at the Escondido Theater Thursday, starting at 3 p.m. Halloween Part 2 will start at 4:45 p.m. and the third installment of the Halloween series will begin at 10 p.m. During the break between Part 2 and 3, you can stop by the Sub Matador Room and take part in Trivia Night, starting at 7 p.m. As always, the movie marathon and Trivia Night are all free with a student ID.
So Carly, do you have any big Halloween plans this week?
Well, I'm probably going to carve a pumpkin or something. What are you going to do?
Nothing much.
Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.